other guard position, Kyrie Irving. At the other forward position, Kevin Durant. The head coach of the visiting team is Kenny Atkinson. And now introducing your New Orleans Pelicans. At point guard, at 6'6", number 2, Lonzo Ball. At center, standing 6'8", number 22, Derek Favors. At the power forward position, at 6'6", number 1, Zion Williamson. At guard 6'4" from UCLA, number 11, Drew Holiday. The other forward, at 6'6", number 14, Brandon Ingram. Your home team head coach is Alan Gentry. Pelican fans, give it up for your New Orleans Pelicans!
Welcome, folks, to what promises to be a great Tuesday night of the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony, Hall of Famer Doris Burke, and another Hall of Famer, David Aldridge, from the sidelines. DA, take it away.
Well, Kevin Durant said his days of trying to prove himself through basketball are done. He said, "Walking around with a chip on my shoulder is not my thing. I'm more relaxed in letting these days flow. I'm the best version of me. I don't need to prove who I am. I've been in it for too long." Kevin, this is a guy who is finally comfortable with himself.
All right, thanks, DA. And how about a look at the most recent power rankings? Very telling, even though, guys, we're just still in December. They're holding tight, still looking for ways to move up.
And you know, for the Nets, they're just right now outperforming those preseason predictions. And that's because they're getting help from some unlikely sources.
So the Nets starting 5. Irving and LeVert are at the 1 and 2. Jordan is out there with Jarrett Allen. And it's Durant in at the 3 slot. And for New Orleans, Ball and Holiday combine at the guard spots. Ingram the 3 and Zion the 4. And it's Favors in at center. Looking at the schedule, Doris, about halfway through the season, some teams that started out very hot and were winning like crazy have now come back to earth. They've cooled a bit. They've leveled out.
I think inevitably over the course of an 82-game season, NBA players will tell you there are always ups and downs and waves of success and then the tough moments. And the best teams seem to be able to weather all of that. Not get too high when they're playing well, not get too low if they're in the middle of a slump.
And here's Ball. He'll bring it up for the New Orleans Pelicans. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. And it's Williamson missing. Right side, Irving. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Here's Holiday. Lays it up and banks it in.
And really an underrated playmaker. Williamson with good court vision and solid decision-making.
And just over a minute played here in the start of the game. Durant, no good.
He couldn't believe how open he was. He just couldn't convert it.
KD against Ingram. He kicks the ball. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. Well, it was only a short stay in L.A. for Lonzo Ball, traded this past summer as part of the Anthony Davis deal.
And getting out of L.A. might be the best thing for him. Still a great defender and playmaker. His best years, without a doubt, could be ahead of him here in New Orleans.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That's good from Ball.
And you look at Lonzo Ball, certainly high expectations for this young man. One and done at UCLA. How about second overall pick? That's brought some undue pressure.
No good on the second free throw. Ray, you talk about the hype for Lonzo Ball and the pressure. Do you think that creates an additional challenge for a young player?
Yeah, he's scuffled at times, but I think the future remains very bright for that young man.
Now, here is Irving. 11-point game his last outing. That one from long range.
You simply cannot give Kevin Durant any room to shoot it, and his consistency over the years is really what's striking.
Ball against Irving. Now Ball. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. 4 on the shot clock. Here's Holiday. And again, New Orleans has no luck. The Nets have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. LeVert the pass to Irving. Lobs it up for Jordan, and the dunk by Jordan.
DeAndre Jordan, simply a force around the cup. This guy has rare athleticism.
Here's Ball, and it's sent back by Allen.
Just one made field goal in 5 tries. Not a good start.
Outside Jordan. Back to Irving. Goes up to the stripe, and the rejection by Favors.
I think you want to see more of this from Derek Favors. You'd love to see him be aggressive and try to send shots back.
And another name included in that Anthony Davis trade, Brandon Ingram. Still a lot to like about his game.
Pairs up well with what the Pelicans are trying to do. Perhaps the biggest asset coming over to New Orleans could flourish in this system.
Shooting 2.
And the first one drops.
The Nets had to be so judicious and so smart with every move they made because they did not have top draft selections. So you have to use cap space to acquire picks. They had to find sleepers in the draft. They had to find players who were probably undervalued and then develop those players. This is an organization that used every tool at their disposal.
And Doris, the Nets showed they could manufacture a rebuild.
Kevin, what the Nets did was not easy. But to me, it shows you exactly how critical quality front office personnel is to the success of an organization. And the Nets were on point throughout the process.
And this is what we came to see, right? Go ahead, Zion. Do your thing on the alley-oop.
Irving passes to Jordan. It's deflected. Now here's Williamson. He's covered closely. Ball with a wide open look. Here's Favors. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's going to be on Kyrie Irving.
But I think for Derek Favors, it's a matter of continuing to improve your game, especially on the defensive end of the floor.
And one of the best defensive big men in the league, Derek Favors.
You're right, Kevin, because he's got the body to play bully ball, but the lateral quickness to deal with smaller players. When this guy gets down in his stance, he can cover some ground defensively.
The first one falls. A whole new cast of characters for the Pelicans. 3 promising first-round picks, Greg, and the young players acquired from the Lakers and veterans like Favors and Redick.
All of a sudden, a wealth of options for Alvin Gentry. Time will tell how they did in the AD trade, but seems like they're off to a nice start.
So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe.
And here in the early going, missed free throws starting to become the storyline.
And he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A three-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
Guys, Kyrie Irving, stronger than he looks, absorbs the contact and still converts. Well, this guy, Kyrie Irving, just so reminiscent of his idol, Kobe Bryant. He is one of the cold-blooded scorers in the game, an absolute torture for a defender to guard.
And, Doris, for both Kyrie and Kobe, each had an urge to step out on his own, to put their fingerprints on a team.
No doubt, Kevin. For Kobe, it was Shaq. For Kyrie, it was LeBron. And think about last season. Kyrie actually called LeBron to apologize. But let's not kid ourselves, right? He is most comfortable in the starring role.
And now only one away from being in the penalty.
Spencer Dinwiddie's checked in for the Nets.
Spencer Dinwiddie.
On defense, the Nets, they lead by 4. Ball with it, 6 on the shot clock, and stolen by Kyrie Irving. And the pass to KD. Here's LeVert. Back to KD. Knocked away. Stolen by Ball. Here's Williamson. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball.
And normal physicality doesn't get it done with Williamson. To stop him from scoring, you really have to up the ante and get him before he hits that launching pad.
The wide open look for Durant. Hits the three-point bomb. Durant's got 9.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Ball against Irving. Ball feeling it out a bit. Pass to Williamson. Back to Ball. Just 3 to shoot. Over Durant. Ball no good.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
Right. He stays connected and great timing on the contest.
Want easy looks? Don't allow the defense to set up.
What a beautiful fast break opportunity, and the finish pretty good.
Here's Williamson. Spencer Dinwiddie picking up that last basket. Favors, finds Holiday. Releases. They get it back. Williamson. And there's the bucket. Staying with it on the offensive glass, getting it done. He has 6. Nets leading by 5. Outside Irving. Outside Durant. Got it for his 4th field goal of the game on just 5 shots.
Well, they're leading in large part because of the work he's put in this quarter. This is nicely done.
And first time out of the game called for New Orleans. Greg, you get so caught up in how great Durant is at scoring that you forget sometimes about his other terrific offensive skill.
KD doesn't really get a lot of recognition for his passing, but he has fantastic vision. Arguably, he might be the most underrated superstar ever. Sees so many double teams and does a great job of getting the ball out to open teammates.
And now a chance to take a look at some numbers for Dinwiddie.
And the biggest takeaway when you look at his numbers is how good his three-point shooting has been the past 5 games. He's finding the open spots on the perimeter, and when he's getting good looks, boy, he is not missing.
Here's Hart. Pass to Hayes. Here's ball. Dinwiddie with the steal. Drops in the breakaway layup.
What a defensive effort from Spencer Dinwiddie. The wingspan and the hustle create these steals.
Ball, the pass to Hart. Kicks it to Redick. Back to Hart. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And it's sent back by KD.
Kevin Durant uses his length so well, and how about the timing to send that rejection back?
The offensive rebound.
Yeah, they got that one, but early on, it's really been a struggle for them to secure that defensive backboard.
Hayes the pass to Hart. He kicks it to Redick. Pass to Ball. Over Crawford. Ball with the bucket.
You know, that's what he wants more of. Up until now, the accuracy just hadn't been there.
Dinwiddie with it. Now guarded by Redick. With some arc. And Dinwiddie lays it in. Dinwiddie's got 6.
Well, Spencer Dinwiddie going to that floater game. It's second nature at this point.
They get a hand on it. Ball kicks to Redick. Here's Melly. No points in the game yet for him. Too long in the paint, and he's hit with a 3-second violation. Pelicans shooting their 7th attempt at the foul line in this one.
Not really where you'd like to be as a team in terms of free throw shooting, just about 73%.
What's up?
And the technical free throw, missing that time. They'll retain possession here, however. No doubt passing is a premium for this team game of the NBA. We love the individual star power, but it is a team game. Are there any playmakers out there that don't get, Doris, you think, enough credit for all that they do for their team?
Well, the first guy that comes to mind is a man that Steve Kerr described as probably the smartest single basketball player he has ever been around, and that's Andre Iguodala. The numbers in terms of his scoring, obviously not eye-popping, but his incredible defense and then his elite passing skills have been so critical to so many championship teams.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Left side Durant lets it go from deep. Rebounded by Hart. Pelicans trail by 9. And it's sent back by KD. Puts it up from 15. And again, it's Brooklyn converting.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Dinwiddie against Ball. Outside, Redick. Over Crawford. And good. Got the English that time as it falls. Redick's got his second bucket tonight.
How about the vision there by Ball, showing the unselfishness, just being a willing passer.
Here's Durant. Again, the Nets for 2.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 coming from inside the paint.
And here is Ball. Here's Redick, and it's blocked. But they'll get another chance. Ball kicks to Hart. From past the arc. Brooklyn with the rebound. Last time they met was in Brooklyn.
Well, I mean, they lost their last matchup with this team, and foul trouble really plagued them throughout the game.
Nothing wrong with aggression as long as you're smart about picking your spots. And let's see if they can be a bit more disciplined this evening.
And so it's Brooklyn. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. They've set the tone. They love their tempo. They're going to be very tough to stop. Back to the action after this word. And Kevin Durant talked about his teammates and the versatility this roster has.
I like our depth. I like that we could play, we could play big, we could play small. We can match up with a lot of different teams. And it's just a matter of us going out there and playing consistent basketball. It's easier said than done. But we like who we are right now. We just got to continue to keep getting better.
It's clear KD is very happy playing with this group of guys.
That's why he signed here. But you can bet Durant is going to be leading the charge.
And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And the Nets have been rolling right along here, haven't they?
Well, this is the edge that great rim protection can give you.
Total intimidation that first period. That is what has helped power them to this early lead.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, as the second quarter gets going. Setting the floor for the Nets. They've got Joe Harris. He's out there with Spencer Dinwiddie. Durant is out there with Jordan. And it's Claxton in at the 4. Dinwiddie passes to Jordan. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet. And the Nets lead by 13.
Well, how about that floor awareness by Spencer Dinwiddie, getting his guys the basketball in great spots.
Ball dishes to Redick. Ball's knocked loose. Here's Okafor. Makes it off the glass.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
One of the things I love about the Brooklyn Nets is the culture that's being created with this franchise. They are punching above their weight. There's no quit in this team. There is so much to like.
And I like that they're not settling. Hitting the ball on the interior, 8 of their last 10 coming that way.
Dinwiddie kicks to Durant. Bucket is good. Durant's got 17 now. And Doris, you talk about the resilience of this Nets team. How about their 25-point fourth quarter comeback last season against Sacramento?
Kev, they become only the 4th team to overcome that big a deficit in the shot clock era. This Nets team is not invincible, but I promise you they're going to make you work for every single thing you get.
Harris outside. Back to KD. The shot, no good. So the Pelicans will take it the other way. It's Redick on the wing, guarded by Harris. Okafor, the pass to Redick. Kicks it to Ball. Fires for 3. Missing that scoring opportunity, having a bad 3-for-9 shooting night. Harris, right side. Jordan against Okafor. Jordan dishes to KD. For 3, Harris. Pelicans with the rebound.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Hart, no good. Brooklyn leading by 11. On the wing, Harris. He's covered by Ball. And it's Durant, that time on the assist from Harris. Durant's got 19 points.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of them.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans. Last game matched up with the Magic. A tough loss there.
And that was a tough one. They expected to play well and did, just not well enough.
You know what? At the end of the day, it wasn't as close as it should have been. There were lapses all night that led to the deficit they couldn't overcome.
Both teams changing it up here.
Pelicans dance team.
While we have the chance, we like to reveal the list of the past month's best fast break teams in the NBA. Second, the Pelicans.
I mean, it's about the pace they've played with here offensively. They don't look like they're showing any signs of slowing down.
Holiday, the pass to Ingram. To the middle. Okafor dishes to Williamson. New Orleans needs to get off a shot. And the Pelicans miss again.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, last season for sure, Greg, a bit of a journey for DeAndre Jordan as he went from the Mavericks to the Knicks before his free agency. Now he is a part of Brooklyn.
And both KD and Kyrie took pay cuts to get Jordan on board. Still a factor with his size and defense despite a lackluster year in 2019. Nets are hoping he can find his magic and be a force once again.
Outside Holiday. Back to Redick, trying to end the drought. Rebounded by the Nets. Jordan's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Here's Irving. He goes up again, and Allen puts it in. Allen's got 4 points this quarter.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
And Holiday kicks to Ingram. Outside, Redick. Back to Ingram. And that's collected by DeAndre Jordan. Jordan's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Irving passes to Jordan. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And after spending his first NBA decade with the Clippers, DeAndre Jordan bounced around last season. Remains a supreme athlete and rebounder, though, at that center position.
Free throw good, Jordan. And a nightly double-double threat is DeAndre Jordan, but some dissatisfaction with his play last season. Greg, why was that?
I felt like his impact has tailed off just a bit from his peak with the Clippers. Sometimes the great athletes have more of an adjustment as they enter their 30s.
So we get them both. Of course, here's something kind of interesting. There's been a lot of talk about moving the draft to after free agency. What would that look like?
Well, I think talent is always going to be at a premium. So I would think if there's a guy that's the absolute definitive number 1 pick, he's going number 1 regardless of roster construction. But the reality is it might help those teams who maybe if they know who's on the roster, it might change the kind of draft selection they would make. So it's an interesting supposition. We'll see if the NBA moves in that direction.
And no doubt, Coach wants them to shore up their interior defense.
I think right now they're giving up way too many easy looks. That is a recipe for disaster.
We've got a quick moment now to take a look at the long-term rebounding numbers over several seasons for Allen.
He's really made that a focus of his game these past few years, and it's paid big-time dividends for him. He's become a much better rebounder, and it's increased his value as a player by leaps and bounds.
Crawford against Redick. The kick out to Holiday. Scores for only the second time tonight. Now 2 for 6 from the field.
And with those points, he puts an end to that 10-0 run by the Nets.
There's the pass to LeVert. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's going to be on Zion Williamson.
This guy doesn't mind absorbing contact at all if it means a trip to the free throw line. Caris LeVert will find his points any way you want.
No good on the free throw.
Well, think back to Caris LeVert's career at Michigan. It was marred by 3 foot surgeries in just 22 months. And obviously, the medical red flags caused his draft stock to dip. But credit the Nets, who picked him up with the 20th pick back in 2016.
He hits the second from the line. And the ankle injury for LeVert last season, more of a freak accident.
Yeah, Kevin, you think about it, he comes down on top of another player. It ends up costing him 3 months. But even through these tough injuries, what we know, Caris LeVert has shown when healthy, he can be special.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
I don't think there's any question, Greg. There are so many rules that favor the offense these days. You've got to be able to equal things out when an illegal screen is set.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Redick passes to Holiday. Some nice passing here by New Orleans. Redick against Crawford. Passes it to Hayes. He dishes it to Ingram. No good from outside. And here are the Nets. Big run right now going for him, 11-2. LeVert against Redick. Here's Allen. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And they're really getting more points at the free throw line here in the second quarter.
Brooklyn shooting their 6th and 7th free throws in the game.
Yeah, pretty good numbers on the season when you look at their free throw attempts, right around 78%.
And he can't get the first one.
Well, think about Mr. Jared Allen. He was not the first family member to get picked in the NBA draft. Let's remember his dad taken by Dallas in the famous 1985 draft. His dad, however, would go on to have a playing career in Europe.
And he sinks the second. And Doris, you played point guard. What do you like to see from that position?
Well, I'm going to go back to the Showtime Lakers, which was my first team that I adored when I was a kid watching the NBA. And the reality is this, Kevin, I love to see teams play in transition, get out in the open floor. What's better than watching Steph Curry cross half court with a full head of steam and the defender knowing, oh, good God, anything could happen here. He might pull a three, he might finish in spectacular fashion off the run, or he might find a teammate for a momentum-building three. Like, get in transition and run, baby.
Quick job of getting up the floor and creating early offense.
You don't give the defense any chance to set up. Sometimes you just love an easy look.
Jordan finds Crawford. Falls through. He's now made 2 of 4.
What a pretty look. DeAndre Jordan, to have that kind of touch on your passing, such a quality piece for a big man.
Holiday, the pass to Hayes. Redick inside the line. Rebounded by the Nets. Allen's got his 7th rebound here tonight.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
And Jordan gets it to go. Jordan's got 6 points in the quarter.
When you think that this guy was so raw and so skinny coming into the league, now DeAndre Jordan brushing off these challenges with ease.
Ingram passes to Holiday. Beyond the arc. It's hauled in by DeAndre Jordan. Jordan's got rebound number 13 with that last one. Here's Crawford. It's not going to go for him. Great D that time from Reddick. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Let's see what the Brooklyn Nets have coming up. On Thursday, they'll be playing against LaMarcus Aldridge and the San Antonio Spurs. Then on Saturday, the Atlanta Hawks coming to town. That will tip off a homestand for them.
You know, some might look ahead at the schedule and start marking off how many wins they'll wind up with, but I think that's a trap. You can't take any nights off in the NBA, and you've got to stay in the moment.
First free throw is good. Derek Favors checked in for the Pelicans. Josh Hart comes in for J.J. Redick. Hayes hits them both. Brooklyn with the ball. They're on a 16-6 run. Bounce pass, Crawford. Holiday against Irving. Back to Crawford. Over Hart. Crawford, no luck.
I'll tell you, it has not been this guy's best night, but the teammates have been there to pick up the slack. Love it.
New Orleans with a fresh shot clock. Ingram kicks to Hart. Over Crawford. Hart, that's good. Hart's got his first 2 points. Now, here is Irving. And he's currently averaging more than 26 points a game. Such a force. With 1 on the clock. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's the Brooklyn Nets feeling good about their 17-point lead heading into the break. They've been playing some inspired defense, giving up very few easy points. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Alvin Gentry. Coach, what have you liked so far from your team, and what have you not liked?
Well, I like the pace of the game. Defensively, I don't like anything that we're doing as far as dribble penetration. Too many things are happening in the lane. We got to protect the basket a little better.
Thanks for your time, Coach. Back to you.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Good to see you back here on our halftime show. Well, actually, we can't see you, but you can see us, but you get it. Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal. You're watching the NBA on 2K Sports. A tremendous start for Kevin Durant. He ended up with 19 points, 2 rebounds, and 2 blocks. And from what we saw so far from the Nets, Kenny, what's your takeaway?
The consistency of Kevin Durant, it's remarkable. He gives you everything you could ask for on the offensive end. Prolific, efficient, and he does it night in and night out.
And over to the big fella, your thoughts on the Pelicans.
Their field goal percentage reminds me of Kenny's breath. Brutal. Not reading the defense, not getting enough quality looks. They need to make major changes because the system they ran in the first half was not working.
And that's all we have for now. Tell the folks goodbye, Shaq. Tell the folks goodbye,
Goodbye.
Kenny. Goodbye. Go to Kevin Harlan.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. What a game we're seeing from Kevin Durant.
He had a fast pass to the lane that first half, got inside on demand,
Now, this guy is such a good finisher on the move, and so far the defense has not been able to counter it.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Zion is the 4 with Favors at the 5. Ball and Holiday combine at the guard spots. And it's Ingram in at the 3 spot. That's Alvin Gentry's 5 as we get into the second half.
And how much fun is it to watch this kid? I call Zion Williamson a kid, even though he goes about 280, and he has a certain composure that really belies his years.
Irving looking over the floor. KD against Ingram. Takes the 13-footer. KD's shot is good. Durant's got 21. And with Williamson, it's not just the obvious stuff that impresses you, Greg. It's the little things as well, the attention to detail.
You know, Kevin, one thing that stands out to me, every time I see this young man, the eye-hand coordination, whether it's on steals, deflections, block shots, he always seems to pick it cleanly.
Irving with a clean look. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Irving's got 6.
Oh, just tremendous range from Kyrie. If he steps across the half-court line, you better have a hand up.
Holiday goes in. Another miss by Holiday.
I'll tell you, it feels all night like this guy's been forcing shots, rushing shots. He's really struggling on the offensive end. Boy, everyone is getting to their spots and then capitalizing. 3 for 4 in the quarter. Beautiful. Boy, you talk about the all-time great below-the-rim finishers. Kyrie Irving is on that list. He can use either hand. So much English. This guy is tough.
One shot.
The free throw off from Irving. Inodorus, as great a scorer as he is, Kyrie Irving doesn't draw a ton of fouls.
Kevin, I think that has everything to do with his elusivity. This is a young man who can finish with either hand, can get separation on any defender. This is the one thing you'd say about Kyrie Irving. He does not initiate contact around the rim.
The Pelicans have shot just above 55% of the line, going 5 of 9. And that one falls for Favors. Doris, such an honor to be on this with you. And you were the first female to become a full-time NBA analyst, breaking new ground. You've accomplished so much in your life, personally, professionally. What would you tell young women who are graduating college, looking to get ahead in their career in what you've chosen?
Well, first and foremost, I've been very lucky, Kevin. The game of basketball has been a part of my life since I was 7. It's been a driving force. I love it. I would just tell young women, times are changing. Dream big. There's nothing that's impossible. And I'm so thankful to the NBA players and coaches who have just wrapped their arms around me from the time I entered this business. So kudos to those players who are part of the change, no question.
And hard work. I have seen you work. I have seen you prepare. No one prepares more. No one works harder than you.
Thanks, Kev.
Ball against Irving. Out of bounds, New Orleans will take possession. And as we check out this year's contenders for the dunk contest, we get a look at some of the showmen, the best showmen in the NBA.
And with the names on that list, you know we're going to have a crazy competition this year.
Well, you look at Williamson, sitting at the top of the heap. Looks like he'll be planning on an appearance at the dunk contest this year.
Yeah, and I'm not surprised with his athleticism. This guy has got the goods, no doubt about it. The hops are incredible, and we'll just have to see what sort of creativity he can apply.
And so that's the breakdown as it currently stands. We'll be keeping you all updated with the latest info and, of course, our final list of contestants as we get closer.
Yeah, and if they don't invite me to be a judge, I'm still going.
Holiday, the pass to Ball. To the inside, Williamson. Cross contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
And that's grown man muscle. Williamson relishes any chance he gets to take the defense on and finish.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
And when he's gotten himself to the line this season, he's come through right around 74% of the time.
Spencer Dinwiddie's checked in for Karis LeVert.
And maybe the most popular player to enter the league since social media became truly pervasive. Zion Williamson handles it with class. He really appreciates his teammates and his coaches and really respects the game.
Buries the long-range jumper. 9 points for Spencer Dinwiddie.
Yeah, how about the percentage they're shooting from beyond the arc here in the second half?
Ingram against Durant. And it's Ingram missing. And talking to stars in this league, even they want to see what Williamson's going to do next.
Sure. We talk about the leaping ability at his size, the handles, the shot making. But what really stands out when you watch him live, the instincts. Being at the right place at the right time and always seeming to make the right play.
Jahlil Okafor. Nicolo Melli.
Pelicans trail by 21. Pass to Okafor. Holiday against Dinwiddie. And Holiday kicks to Ball. Holiday looking for an opening. From 13 feet, it goes down. Holiday's got 8 points. And it's Dinwiddie with the ball. Bringing it up now for the Nets. 22 is their biggest lead. Pass to Irving. From 12 feet out. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet. Dinwiddie's got his fourth assist with that last one here tonight. Holiday, the pass to Melli. Here's Ball, up and in on the layup. 9 points in the game so far.
There's just a feel that Ball plays with that really separates him from so many other players. He's superb at finding ways here to score in the paint.
KD passes to Allen. It's good.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly, and capitalizing.
So for the Pelicans, Josh Hart, he's checked in for Brandon Ingram. And J.J. Redick is subbed in for Drew Holiday. And a switch here for Brooklyn. Harris is checked in. That free throw good from Allen. The Pelicans have gone 5 of 12 from the field since the third quarter got underway. Now Okafor. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. The shot by Redick, no good.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And good that time.
I'll tell you, very few players are as smooth and as easy as Kevin Durant is on the move. He just glides around the floor.
Ball against Irving. Ball, the pass to Okafor. And it's sent back by Allen. Durant against Ball. Misses from short range. Well, for New Orleans, shooting at 36% on the night. They've got to step it up offensively. And the Pelicans miss again. The Nets have gone 8 of 12 from the field since the beginning of the third. Durant kicks to Irving. To the paint. Here's Allen. Rebounded by Hart.
Boy, against so little defensive pressure, you have to convert that.
Here's Ball. Basket number 5 goes in. He's now 5 of 12 from the floor.
I mean, I love the determination with Ball. Always attacking. Does a great job of putting the defense on its heels.
Irving dishes to Dinwiddie. Inside. And Allen with the slam.
Nice creativity from the big man, Jared Allen. You've got moves upon moves.
Here's Hart. He doesn't hit that one. Some solid defense from Harris. Brooklyn's gone 6 of 12 from outside. A very nice 50% mark, shooting the 3-ball well.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint. They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Ball, the pass to Okafor. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's on Jared Allen. The Pelicans have made 8 of their 12 free throws in this game.
Jahlil Okafor at the line for 2.
That one is off. Both teams deciding to change it up. And that trip coming up empty, missing both.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Here's Hart. The pass to Alexander Walker. And stolen by Harris. In transition, here come the Nets. And that one, good. 11 points for Spencer Dinwiddie.
Well, terrific job by Spencer Dinwiddie to get up the floor. It's a nice way to get an easy bucket.
Here's Alexander Walker. Oh, that's blocked. And they're able to recover. The shot's good from Hayes. And so it's Dinwiddie with it. He'll bring it up for Brooklyn. Crawford outside. Another one falls for Brooklyn.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
And Greg, you know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
Brooklyn's gotten the 3-ball working for them in the second half. They've hit 3 out of 3 shots from long range. 2 points, that one goes. KD's got 27 points.
And not quite as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half, sticking to the high percentage shots, playing smart with the lead.
Let's check out the NBA's top producers from three-point land. You take a look at Harris, second in the league, extremely accurate from beyond the arc.
What a percentage that is for him from three-point range this season. His deep touch is about as good as you're going to see.
At the line for 2.
He's off on the first. Derek Favors checked in for the Pelicans. And he can't hit the second. Well, Doris, you knew that his free agency would be one of the biggest stories of the summer. Everyone tried their best to land Kevin Durant.
And even considering the injury, anyone would be willing and able to take Kevin Durant on their roster. Why? Because when he's healthy, you become an immediate contender.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And checking out the numbers for Dinwiddie. He's been more than solid over the last month, putting up about 18 points per, 7 assists, and 3 rebounds. And with his great passing, he's been a catalyst for their offense, often seeing plays even before they materialize.
There's no doubt about that. Great anticipation, excellent peripheral vision. His talents are really shining through.
And he can't get the first one. And he's good on the second. 59 seconds left to play in the third. Outside, KD. Puts it up from 12. The shot that time, not on target. Now New Orleans will take it the other way. At the conclusion of this game, they're off to Minnesota, where they'll take on the Timberwolves. That sets in motion a 4-game road trip for them. Redick passes to Hayes. Here's Hart, guarded by Crawford. Clock at 4. Hart, no good.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Dinwiddie wide open. That's good, and it's KD with the assist. Durant's got 3 assists in the game. Crawford against Redick. Launches a 3. Can't connect. And so it's Kevin Durant making headlines and highlights for the Brooklyn Nets. Between his points and his rebounds, he was a star for him in that quarter. And we'll be right back after this. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
And when you're the beneficiary of a pass that good, you better deliver, and he did just that.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. On the court for the Nets, getting the 4th quarter going. Prince and Durant are at the 3 and the 4. Crawford out there with Spencer Dinwiddie. And it's Claxton in at the 5, roaming the paint. Shots good by Miller. Brooklyn's gotten a positive outcome on 7 of their 14 three-pointers in this game. Not bad at all. Durant drawing the double team from downtown. Dinwiddie's shot is off.
You can't miss those, but even the best do on occasion.
Favors, and he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
Well, wonderful execution from Derek Favors. This guy's a bull, and it's really hard to deal with the strength that he brings.
Dinwiddie kicks to Prince. To the inside, here's Claxton, and he uses the glass on the layup.
Sometimes a player is born with a passer's mindset. He deals it with conviction.
Here's Alexander Walker. Dinwiddie covering. Moore against Crawford. With the teardrop. Second chance shot, and it's good on the layup. Moore's got his first points in this one.
What energy on the offensive boards. The defense can't match the effort, and they paid the price.
Passes it to KD. Over Hart. And Durant gets it to go. KD's got 10 points in just the second half.
A natural-born scorer is Kevin Durant. He puts in the time, and it pays dividends on the floor.
Down low. Here's Alexander Walker. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Doris, in basketball, like many sports, you can call some kind of penalty on almost every play. So with that in mind, where do we draw that line?
I would say that most coaches and most players would say as long as there's consistency with officiating, they can adapt to the way the game is being called. As fans, as broadcasters, what we want to see the game remain free-flowing, fluid, pretty, the ability to move and cut and not be impeded in your progress. That's what I want to see.
And we see that most nights.
No doubt.
And he knocks down the first one. Brooklyn making some changes. Caruth is checked in for Durant. Temple comes in for Jamal Crawford. And it's Tyler Johnson in for Spencer Dinwiddie. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. For Brooklyn, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Johnson right side. Here's Temple. 6 to shoot. Pass to Johnson. Shoots the 3. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Favors got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Here's Hart, guarded by Prince. Hart, that's good.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for Brooklyn. And Caruth out top of the key. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Nets will retain possession. Some of these players are making more money on endorsement deals than on their NBA contracts. I mean, I just shake my head at that, don't you?
It's an amazing time in which we live because the power of social media and the understanding of today's athlete that their brand is significant and that their brand extends outside of the lines of competition. You see so many men who have overseas opportunities, whether you're talking Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, Donovan Mitchell. They understand the power of the face and the talents they bring to the table. Truly, truly remarkable young men.
Remarkable indeed. To the middle, here's Favors, and then Favors with the dunk.
Oh, you love to see Favors get high for the slam. What an impressive vertical with that size.
Prince, the pass to Johnson. Here's Caruth. And the rejection by Favors. Here's Alexander Walker. He's guarded by Johnson. Count the basket.
Well, just tremendous composure on the interior. Read the defense, take advantage of the situation, and deliver.
Timeout called, the Nets.
Trying to stem the tide here.
Yeah, this is why you hate to lose momentum. It can be hard to get it back.
Come on, New Orleans, your Pelicans dance team.
And a new group out there on the floor for the Nets. Here's Durant. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It goes on Brandon Ingram. Helps teams if they can keep the rights to their best player. We see it in other leagues. Could the franchise tag ever make its way, do you think, to the NBA?
Well, this is going to be a negotiation point between the Players Association and the league itself. And the reality is it's going to have to be negotiated. What we know unequivocally, Kevin, is that these players now in the player empowerment era have more control about what franchise they play for and how long the duration of their contract is. How this all shakes out remains to be seen, but it is a point of conversation amongst the 30 NBA teams and the league leadership. There's no question about it.
And both free throws good for Durant.
I think Kevin Durant prides himself on doing everything at an elite level. And really, think about how he's improved his defense in the prime of his career.
Outside Holiday. Lets it go from 11, and it's New Orleans scoring again. Irving with it. Pass to KD. Fires the 3. Offensive rebound. Allen kicks to Irving. Shot clock at 5. Brooklyn needs to get off a shot here. A nice shot by KD.
Well, you love that they've been able to rely on him time and time again. You love the effort here late.
And here is Ball. Allen with the rebound. Allen's got rebound number 12 here already in the game.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Holiday with it, guarded now by Durant. Holiday against Durant. Holiday left side. It's hauled in by DeAndre Jordan. Jordan's got his 16th rebound on the night. And it's Brandon Ingram with the foul. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Dwyane, when you look at draft eligibility requirements, it is a very fluid topic with a lot of different ways it could go, a lot of moving parts. Where do you stand?
I'll tell you the truth, Kevin. I'm conflicted about this because I believe there is real value to the college experience. There's high-level coaching across the game at the collegiate level, but I also believe that young men who have talent should be able to, when they are eligible, decide when they want to become professionals. So, listen, I'm sort of in the middle. There are legitimate arguments to be had for both sides. What I hope, regardless, is we get the best players in the league, and that's certainly going to happen whenever it happens.
Here's more. Sweet little floater.
Well, the touch and the focus. What a pretty move in the lane.
Brooklyn's gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the 4th. Here's Irving. And it's blocked. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Nets will retain possession. So for the Nets, Prince is checked in for Durant. Rodion Kurucs comes in for Joe Harris. And Garrett Temple subbed in for Irving.
Garrett Temple.
Johnson kicks to Temple. Shot clock at 6. Fires from deep. Let's keep it alive. And the call will be against Darius Miller. That's his first foul. Doris, all right, this is going to come out of the blue here, but if you had to choose between raising the height of the basket or widening the floor or even widening the lane, which would it be?
I have very strong feelings on this, Kevin, and for me it would be widening the floor. And the reason I say that is it feels to me in the last couple of years there are more sideline violations where teams are turning it over because they're trying to get to that corner three, one of the most advantageous, best shots in today's game. But because that three-point line is so close to the sideline out of bounds, we're seeing too many violations. So if I had to choose between one or the other, I would absolutely widen the floor.
And he makes the first.
And they didn't shoot it very well from the line in the first half, but they've gotten much better since halftime, and it's helped them to secure the lead.
So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe.
And the EuroLeague's top scorer last season, Nicolo Melli, had turned down some NBA offers in the past, decides to make the leap to join the Pelicans, and gives them a highly skilled player in that front court.
Temple, the pass to Johnson. And there's the pass to Claxton. Inside, Prince. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And a 4-year player at Baylor, Taurean Prince, something of a surprise lottery pick back in 2016. But, Greg, he's become a very valuable player.
You know, he's one of those two-way power wings that it seems every team wants. A dependable three-point marksman who holds his own defensively.
Shooting 2.
First free throw is good. Doris, isn't it interesting that we're seeing some teams with more three-point attempts than two-point attempts?
It's incredible, Kevin, that every year over the last decade you see more three-point attempts across all 30 NBA teams. And think about the Houston Rockets. In each of the last 2 years, the Rockets have actually taken more threes than twos. This is the evolution of the game. It is not going anywhere. There's 2 high-valued shots in the league. Restricted area twos, that means point-blank opportunities at the rim, and three-point shots. And everything else in between seems to be getting lost.
Passes it to Miller. Lets it go with a 3. Rebounded by Temple. Brooklyn's gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only one of their 5 three-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket. Knocked loose. Karuch passes to Temple. From deep three-point range, Pelicans pull it in. 1:46 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Fader on the way. The shot will not fall. And Brooklyn will now go the other way with it. Pass to Claxton. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's on Jahlil Okafor. Doris, when you look at the success of international players, and the league has a litany of very good international players, Doncic being the latest success story, is the perception changing about these kids when they come from overseas and play in the NBA?
Well, one of the greatest, and then to me, the greatest international player of all time, Dirk Nowitzki, a Hall of Fame player, probably changed the perception to start with. Now, listen, over the years, Luka is going to have perhaps a Hall of Fame career if he stays healthy. The reality is this. The NBA is looking for the best players to man those 15 roster spots of the 30 NBA teams. It doesn't matter where you're from, what the color of your skin is. If you can play the game of basketball and play it at the highest level, the NBA wants you to be a part of their league.
He's perfect from the line this time. Pelican shooting it brilliantly here lately. 60% from the field.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Nets.
this was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
So looking at the season total, this will be their 17th win.
Important. With this win, they split the season series at a game apiece and also avoid the sweep. And that has to be a relief.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Kevin Durant.
What a relentless scoring night for this guy, in attack mode all evening.
Here's Karuch, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
But the truth is, they've had control of this game.
And I couldn't agree more. What makes it that much more impressive, they're doing it on the road.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Here's more. Shot to stop the run, and Okafor with the layup.
And that's a great play on the backboard for him. I mean, it's what we expect. All his second chance points do not come by accident.
Now here's Johnson. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. DeAndre, what do you think this team's identity is this season?
We just have so many guys that can score. It's going to be somebody's night every night, like I keep saying. But we're also, our half-court offense is getting a lot better.
The ball is moving around, DeAndre. Thanks for your time. Kevin?
David, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.